At some point or another, I'm sure we've all felt bogged down, unsure where to turn, or just simply stuck in our sales journey. Overall, just unsure how to grow sales. Well, lucky for all of us, today I'm here to help you all in the commercial flooring world to help you save time, money, and resources by simply editing your sales process. So yes, I'm sure if you clicked on this video, you need some help in some way or some form in the commercial flooring world, especially in your sales tactics. If not, I'm really unsure on why you clicked on this video in the first place if you feel like your sales process is perfect already. However, for you experts, if I have your time, I urge you to stick around and maybe even like and subscribe the video if you do learn something along the way, because I promise I could teach you all something to help redefine your sales process. So let's do it, everybody, and feel free to leave a comment on your sales process or your favorite tip throughout the video, and let's do it. Wait. I hate to do this to everybody. This is Editing Tanner, and going throughout this video, I noticed I missed something very pivotal. And that's that I got most of this information from Starnet University. Starnet University is a vast library of information for our Starnet members to help grow their business and their overall network. I wanted everyone to know that this is from Starnet University, so for our current and maybe even some future members out there watching, you can see how meaningful and deep our content truly can be, and how using it can truly help grow your business. But now, with all that said, Editing Tanner will stop talking and we'll get back to the introduction of the video. See you guys. The first tip I want to talk about is a little bit of a goofy one, but effective nonetheless, and that is you don't have to be super technical. We're in the commercial flooring space with some beautiful products. Let the brand and the fashion do the talking for itself. Now, I'll talk about this a lot throughout the video, but you have to know your customer base. There's going to be some customers that are going to want to know why this carpet is super durable, and there's going to be some that are just looking for a durable carpet. If you don't understand the difference between those two statements, stick with me. Lucky for us, like I said, we're in the commercial flooring space. These products used in these projects are absolutely beautiful, and they cover a specific customer need. Most of the time, these customers don't need to know the exact details of the exact particles put into a specific level of flooring. They just want to know if it's going to last them 10 years or not. But like I said, there are some customers that might want to know those details. I'm assuming they also work in the flooring space. But either way, know your customers and don't jump right into the super technical jargon. Just understand what your customer wants and fulfill that need, and let the commercial flooring do the talking for you. Our brands are absolutely amazing, so use them. The next step is data, and to be more specific, I mean your customer list data. This one's super simple, but I don't think enough people use it. I actually stole it from Floor Care, which is a big part of the Starnet network. However, this idea could be a complete game changer, and worst case scenario, you just grow your bond between a customer. It simply goes like this. Gather your entire sales from the past couple years. If a customer bought with you in 2023, for example, but not 2024, heading into 2025 is literally the perfect time to reach back out to them. Like I said, worst case, they'll say no, they don't need anything for this year, but you're going to grow that relationship, which is really the backbone of sales, and every salesman will tell you that. However, this also will give you very insightful data on who will buy year over year. There might be some customers that you think buy year over year, but you actually miss them. So it's just a great way to organize how you can hit these sales tactics and save you just a lot of time in the process. Now, like I alluded to earlier, you have to know who exactly your customer is. If you have a long-time customer, you have to keep building that relationship. You can't let that go away. But if you have a new customer, you have to identify them and do a lot of research to make sure it's the right customer. And if you don't know what the right customer base is, you're just winging it and taking whoever. Trust me, please lock down your customer base before it's too late. Sales are great and all, but if you're in a specific location that sells to a specific type of person, you don't want to be reaching for a customer base that isn't really there or doesn't fit in your market, if that makes sense. But if you can identify that exact customer base, you're not only going to save a lot of time, sales resources, but you're going to really cut costs, because hours of sales talk that you're using on customers that aren't going to buy anyway will just be out the door. And you can just focus on your reoccurring sales or finding those new customers that you've been missing. To be honest, this next topic won't be super popular with the salesperson that just likes to wing every sales call. And trust me, I used to be that exact same person. So no hard feelings. I'm just saying, add to your process and it will change everything. But here we go. That topic being strategic and tactical questions. Now, I'm not saying to write an entire script on what exact questions to ask your customers when they say this on the phone and then you retort with this and yada, yada, yada. I'm not really saying that. I'm just saying, again, understand your customer base and the strategic versus tactical questions and when to ask them. So with strategic questions, you have to think big picture sale, the overall thing you're working towards, with tactical being more of your logistical questions. A really good example on the strategic side of things in our industry is asking a question like this: is this a turnkey project or phased? Where over on the logistical or tactical question, you would ask something like this: what date do you need to turn over this space? Also, remember, these questions aren't made to have you sound very scripted, but instead help you cut out meaningless sales conversations and help lead your discussion in a powerful way. And this step out of all of them, I have to admit, will totally change your sales process for the better. So if you listen to anything throughout this video, read up on strategic and tactical questions. One of the last tips I have to talk about is understanding your competition. And I think this step can be super easy in your sales process if you know how to compete the right way. Obviously, if you're doing unethical things to your competition, I'm not recommending that. Or if you're just simply ignoring the competition because you're better at this specific time, that is not the right way to compete. However, if you are keeping track of your competition in an ethical manner, you'll not only be able to adapt a lot quicker than if you're ignoring the competition, but you're only going to help yourself and your company grow. A really good way to understand your competition is simply when you lose a sale to a customer. Ask that former customer why they went with XYZ company, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you. In my experience, a lot of these criticisms can't be changed right there and then, but in the long term, they for sure can be changed within your business. And then just so we all know, if we want a little bit more of a proactive tip on this step, be sure to be constantly studying your competition to see what they do well, what they don't do well, and capitalize on both. And if you can really understand the customer base between your competition and why they do certain things with their products over what you do with your products, it's only going to help you in the long run in making yourself better, and can be a really interesting sales tactic that not a lot of people take advantage of. The final tip can also be associated with data, like probably every single one of these tips, and knowing your customer base that I've said in potentially every single tip. But that is account mapping, which is not only understanding your customer, but almost breaking down your customer to a specific data point. And I'll be honest, when I first started in sales, I was terrible at this. I never knew how often to call customers, who exactly to call to get the deal done, and I really didn't adapt well to specific individuals' communication styles, which is huge in this step. However, if you do this and adapt to your customers and just simply learn from them after each call, you're going to eventually nail them down to a specific science. I'm not saying you're going to turn robotic, but account mapping can really help you increase sales and build that relationship. Some really easy examples to start out on your data sheet is simply understand how often you should call that person. Some people want to be called weekly. Some people only want to be called once a year when they know that you need to sell to them. Understand what that customer usually buys. If it's someone in the healthcare space and they buy a lot of vinyl, you're not going to try and sell them a ton of carpet. That's just a weird upsell tactic. And then a big one, especially in commercial flooring, is list out your playmakers. Understand who you need to talk to finish the sale. Understand who's going to be the person vouching for you behind the scenes. Understand who's that middle person that you might have to talk to get to the person who's going to finalize the sale. There could be a lot of different people you talk to throughout the sales process in the commercial world. And the more you keep track from sale to sale on who to talk to, who's going to be your influencer, how often you should talk to those specific people, all the data you need to make a successful sale, the easier it's going to be, and the more time, money, resources you are going to save as a commercial flooring salesperson. If generating new sales was easy year over year, then everyone would do it and we really wouldn't have that competitive of a market, but that's not the world we live in. However, you can make this process very easily by simply following some of these Starnet tips. I know it was centered toward commercial flooring, but some of these tips can be used in any industry really. In closing, I would really just say communicate internally and externally. If you can have a trickle-down effect from top to bottom within your sales team, you're going to have a really powerful team. But all just comes back to understanding your customers and keeping track of that data, all to develop that process. But overall, if you think I'm leaving you in a good spot to talk to your sales team and show them this video, feel free to leave a comment along with liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We cover a variety of different topics within the business world, commercial flooring world, and a lot of different topics to help you all grow your business. But for now, that's all I got for everybody, so I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.